There are moments in life when what appears to be an ending is actually a divine orchestration, a cosmic pause designed to awaken us to deeper truths about love, connection, and our own souls. Sometimes, what we perceive as separation, that painful distance that stretches between two hearts, is not a punishment from the universe, but rather a sacred gift wrapped in the guise of longing and loss. This separation serves as a spiritual catalyst, creating the necessary space for both souls to step back from the intensity of their connection and gain a perspective that can only be achieved through the lens of distance. In this time apart, something profound and transformative begins to unfold. The space between you becomes fertile ground for reflection, not just about the relationship itself, but about who you are as individuals beyond the magnetic pull of your connection. This period of solitude allows each of you to examine what truly matters, not only within the sacred bond you share, but within the depths of your own being. It becomes a time of excavation, where buried truths surface and clarity emerges from the fog of overwhelming emotion. For both of you, this distance is serving a purpose far greater than either of you may currently understand. It is divinely orchestrated, creating the perfect conditions for growth, self-awareness, and spiritual evolution. The universe is using this time of separation to help each of you become more grounded in your individual truth, more focused on your personal mission, and more intentional about what you truly desire, not just from life in general, but from this deep and meaningful connection that has touched your souls in ways that words cannot fully capture. In this sacred pause, while the world continues to spin and life moves forward around you, there is something extraordinary taking shape beneath the surface. A new beginning is quietly forming, like seeds germinating in the darkness of winter soil, preparing to burst forth into the light of spring. Both of you are beginning to experience a shift, a lightening of the heavy energy that may have surrounded your connection. You are starting to breathe easier, to feel a sense of relief and freedom that allows for new insights to emerge and new possibilities to reveal themselves. Your person, in particular, is undergoing what can only be described as a powerful metamorphosis. They are beginning to see your connection through entirely new eyes, understanding for the first time how profoundly it has touched and transformed their life in ways they hadn't previously recognized or fully appreciated. The love and energy you brought into their world were not merely emotionally fulfilling, they have proven to be practically beneficial as well, creating ripple effects that extend far beyond the realm of romance into the very fabric of their daily existence. They are witnessing remarkable improvements in various areas of their life, particularly in their financial situation and physical well-being. It's as if your presence, your energy, your very essence has somehow unlocked dormant potential within them. With renewed mental clarity and a surge of vital energy they haven't felt in years, they are becoming increasingly productive, more laser-focused on their goals, and more perfectly aligned with their life's purpose. Your influence, even in separation, has activated something deep within their core, a motivation to rise higher, to do better, to become the best version of themselves. This transformation is particularly significant when viewed against the backdrop of their recent history. In the past, your person endured some exceptionally heavy and chaotic periods, what many spiritual teachers would refer to as tower moments, those unavoidable times of breakdown and reconstruction that are necessary for soul growth. These were periods characterized by unexpected endings, emotional turbulence, and the kind of upheaval that leaves a person feeling completely overwhelmed, deeply depressed, and utterly depleted of life force. During these dark nights of the soul, they struggled desperately to maintain any semblance of balance. It often felt as though their entire world was crumbling around them, piece by piece, leaving them standing in the rubble of what their life used to be. The weight of these experiences was nearly unbearable, and there were moments when they questioned whether they had the strength to continue moving forward. But even amid those crushing struggles, your connection remained a quiet beacon of light flickering in the background of their consciousness. Whether the nature of your relationship was clear or shrouded in uncertainty, whether they chose to acknowledge it openly or kept it hidden in the secret chambers of their heart, the truth remains that you became their safe harbor. The mere thought of you, the memory of your presence, the knowledge that you existed somewhere in the world, all of this brought them comfort and hope during their darkest hours. Now, with the gift of hindsight and the wisdom that comes from having traversed those difficult passages, they are beginning to understand just how profound your influence has been on their life. Even when you weren't physically present to guide them, even when there was no direct communication between you, something about knowing you, loving you, or simply observing how you navigate through life taught them invaluable lessons about resilience, grace, and the art of conscious living. One of the most significant shifts they've experienced is learning how to be more protective and intentional with their energy. Where they once freely gave their life force away to draining people, toxic situations, and meaningless pursuits, they have now learned the sacred art of energy conservation. They've begun redirecting their precious life force into projects and passions that truly ignite their soul, that light them up from within and align with their deepest values and aspirations. This represents a major evolutionary leap for someone who once felt completely lost or trapped in a cycle of stagnation. They are rediscovering their sense of purpose, reconnecting with their creative fire, and stepping into a more empowered version of themselves, one that knows their worth and refuses to settle for anything less than what serves their highest good. What makes this transformation even more remarkable is that there were likely periods when they actively pushed you away, perhaps even going so far as to block you from their life or create seemingly impenetrable walls of distance without offering any explanation. These actions may have been confusing, hurtful, and difficult to understand. They may have left you questioning your own worth, wondering if you had somehow misread the depth of the connection, or feeling as though you were simply unwanted. But here's what's truly fascinating and speaks to the mystical nature of your bond. Despite those moments of apparent rejection, they never truly let go. Deep beneath the surface of their conscious actions, they maintained an invisible thread of connection to you. They found ways to keep checking in, whether through the seemingly casual observation of your social media presence, conversations with mutual friends and connections, or simply by tuning into your energetic frequency during quiet moments of solitude. Their behavior during these times may have made you feel rejected, undesirable, or unworthy of their attention, but this perception could not be further from the truth. The attraction they feel toward you has always been there, burning bright and undeniable, pulsing beneath the surface of their awareness like a heartbeat they cannot silence. If anything, this attraction frightened them precisely because of its intensity and what it represented. You see, being drawn to you meant confronting aspects of themselves they weren't ready to face. Your presence in their life held up a mirror that reflected both their highest potential and the shadow work they still needed to do. Sometimes people instinctively run from this kind of intensity, especially when it illuminates all the areas where growth is still needed. The depth of feeling you stirred within them was both exhilarating and terrifying, like standing at the edge of a cliff knowing that jumping would either destroy them or teach them how to fly. The encouraging news is that the heavy, stagnant energy that has been lingering in the space between you is finally beginning to lift and clear. If you've been experiencing feelings of emotional heaviness, confusion, or a sense of being spiritually stuck, please trust that these feelings are temporary visitors, not permanent residents in your energetic field. Significant shifts are occurring beneath the surface of visible reality, and these changes will soon begin to manifest in the physical world in ways that will surprise and delight you. The seemingly endless cycle of difficult days, apparent bad luck, and emotional setbacks is approaching its natural conclusion. Like storm clouds finally beginning to part after a long and turbulent weather pattern, brighter days are gathering on the horizon. These approaching days promise to be filled with greater ease, divine alignment, and possibilities that may currently seem beyond your imagination. In this new phase that's beginning to emerge, your person now sees you in a light they may have never been able to fully express or articulate before. To them, you are not simply another romantic interest or a casual connection that brightens their day. You represent something far more significant and sacred. You are their ideal match, the missing piece that makes their soul feel complete, the one person who reflects back to them their highest potential and deepest truth. No one else has the ability to excite them or stir their soul the way you do. Other people may be attractive, interesting, or even wonderful in their own right, but they lack that indefinable quality that sets their spirit ablaze. Being with you, thinking about you, even just holding you in their heart ignites something deep and primal within them, a fire that has been waiting their entire life to be kindled. Your presence in their life awakens their sense of divine purpose and makes them feel more intimately connected to their destiny and their faith. With you, they experience a profound sense of rightness, as if all the scattered pieces of their life are finally falling into place. They feel as though they are exactly where they are meant to be, as if the universe itself is gently guiding them home to the love they were always meant to experience. Even now, in the silence that stretches between you, even in the physical separation that may feel vast and insurmountable, your bond remains unbroken and strong. The invisible threads that connect your souls continue to vibrate with life and meaning. And now, with both of you growing and evolving as individuals, a new foundation is being carefully laid, one that will support something even more powerful, more conscious, and more beautiful than what you shared before. This connection transcends the ordinary definition of romantic love. It encompasses healing on the deepest levels, perfect alignment of purpose and values, and transformation that touches every aspect of your being. You are both being lovingly prepared by the universe for something that will surpass anything you've experienced in previous relationships. This preparation period, though challenging, is absolutely necessary for what's to come. So in these moments of uncertainty, when the silence feels deafening and the distance seems overwhelming, please trust the process that's unfolding. Trust the divine timing that orchestrates all things according to a wisdom far greater than our human understanding. Most importantly, trust in the unshakable truth that what is truly meant for you will always find its way back into your life, often in ways that are more beautiful, more perfect, and more unexpected than anything your imagination could have conceived. The love that exists between you is not bound by physical proximity or daily communication. It exists in a realm beyond the material world, in the sacred space where souls recognize each other and commit to walking the path of awakening together. This love is patient, it is enduring, and it is absolutely determined to manifest in the physical realm when the time is perfectly right. Your person carries you in their heart every moment of every day, even when they cannot find the words to express it. They feel your energy flowing through their consciousness, sometimes subtle and gentle, other times powerful and undeniable. There is an intuitive connection between you that transcends logic, reason, or even proximity. This connection allows them to sense your emotional state, to feel your joys and sorrows, and to be aware of your presence even when you are miles apart. The bond you share is unlike anything either of you has ever experienced with another person. It is a soul-level recognition that cannot be explained away or rationalized into something ordinary. Your hearts speak to each other in a language that exists beyond words, and this communication continues even in the silence, even in the separation, even in the moments when human understanding fails. They need you just as much as you need them, perhaps even more intensely than they are currently able to acknowledge. Their heart feels the same incompleteness that yours does, the same sense that a vital piece is missing. You are their dream person, the one they unconsciously called forth during countless nights of solitude, when they whispered their deepest longings to the stars. When you first entered their life, the universe had answered their prayers in the most perfect way, but they were so caught up in their own inner chaos and confusion that they failed to recognize the gift they had been given. They didn't treasure you the way your beautiful soul deserved to be treasured, not because they didn't care, but because they were lost in the labyrinth of their own unhealed wounds and unresolved issues. Now, having had the time and space to reflect, grow, and sit with the profound pain of your separation, they understand things with a clarity that was previously impossible. They see now what they couldn't see then, and this new awareness is both healing and heartbreaking. The truth that has emerged from this period of reflection is that no matter how earnestly either of you tries to move on, no matter how much you attempt to convince yourselves that you can forget each other and build separate lives, the reality is that such forgetting is impossible. You have both tried to release the connection, to create emotional and physical distance, but deep in your hearts, you both know that what you share cannot be severed by human will alone. Your connection exists on a soul level, in a dimension where conscious choice has less power than divine purpose. It is a bond that refuses to break regardless of how many times you attempt to cut the threads that bind you together. Your souls recognized each other from the very first moment, and they have been communicating in the silent language of the spirit ever since, even when your human selves were confused, hurt, or trying to move in different directions. This recognition has finally led to acceptance, the acceptance that some connections are simply meant to be, that some loves transcend the ordinary rules of human relationship, and that some bonds are forged in the realm of spirit before they ever manifest in physical reality. There is no more running from this truth, no more chasing or playing games, no more cycles of ignoring or being ignored. What's emerging now is a desire to break free from the painful patterns that have characterized your connection in the past. There is a growing readiness to step into a new chapter of your shared story, one that is infused with mutual understanding, deep healing, and a love that is both spiritually transcendent and beautifully grounded in everyday reality. This new beginning that awaits you will be built on a foundation of open eyes that see clearly, open hearts that welcome vulnerability, and a deeper appreciation for the rare and precious gift you have been given in each other. The pain of the past will not be forgotten, but it will be transformed into wisdom. The mistakes and misunderstandings will serve as guideposts, reminding you of where you've been and how far you've traveled on this journey toward authentic love. The connection you share has proven its resilience by surviving every storm, every period of silence, every misunderstanding, and even the physical distance that has stretched between you. This kind of bond doesn't fade away like ordinary attractions do. It doesn't weaken with time or distance. It is not something you encounter casually in life, and it is certainly not something you abandon lightly. What you have together is a love that chooses persistence over convenience, depth over surface attraction, and truth over the illusion of easier paths. It is a love that recognizes its own sacred nature and refuses to be diminished by temporary circumstances or human fears. The time has come to stop denying what has been obvious from the beginning. Your connection is real, powerful, and divinely orchestrated. Your souls are intertwined in ways that transcend physical reality, and despite every challenge you've faced, the heart continues to choose love, continues to choose hope, continues to choose the possibility of a beautiful future created together. The invitation now is to stop running from what frightens you and start walking toward what calls to your deepest truth. The happiness that awaits you both is not a fantasy, it is a reality that becomes possible when two souls finally surrender to the love they were always meant to share.